A warm, well, wet welcome to the Edmonton Sports and Social Club. Here on pitch 1, Edmonton Rovers look to bounce back from last weekend's heavy loss with a home game here against FC Lokomotiv Thunder. Rovers again hit by injury and unavailability this morning. 11 players in total unavailable to manager Tony McKay. Leon Mackenzie McKay and Michael and Kimikolan are the latest players to pick up early season injuries. On the plus side, Richard Harris, Curtis Barlam, Nana Olbang, Jack Bangs and Aidan Kavanagh are all back and they all start. Lokomotiv's first 2 games this season were both against Highgate Albion. They lost both matches by 2-1 and they are still in search of their first points in the division this season. The two sides played each other twice in Division 1 last season, both matches ending in draws. Their playout manager is Charlie Ashton. It's a miserable old morning, driving rain. Referee Arles Enrique in his first season in the Barnet Sunday League. Edmonton in the green. It's early defending here. It's a fairly good pitch, but there is some splashing around out there, which is hardly surprising given the amount of rain that has fallen on North London in the last 48 hours or so. Here's an opportunity early on for the visitors, and it's pulled wide by Michael Lawrence. He saw a sight of goal, but he just couldn't find a way to hit the target and test Ian Watmore. First real chance of the game falling to the visitors. This is Quench Wolves into the box, gets a shot in. It's a good save by Watmore. Kavanagh, who's been pushed back, or forward I should say, into the midfield today. Try and give Rovers a bit more attacking prowess is A.O. Matthews, heading towards the penalty area. On a normal Sunday, he might have got there a bit quicker, but the wet conditions certainly slowed him down. Long launch forward towards the player manager Charlie Ashton, up against Richard Harris. Pushed it back to Allardyce. This is Martin. Puts it in towards Madeira. And the cross coming in. It's an opportunity and it's smuggled home. Quench Wolves couldn't get the touch. Michael Lawrence could, and inside the opening 10 minutes Michael Lawrence gives FC Lokomotiv Thunder the lead. They've had the better chances in the opening stages. They've adapted better to the wet conditions. They actually built the ball up patiently. It's a decent ball in, and Edmonton Rovers were unable to deal with it. Stretching there, Troy Blake, but he couldn't get a touch. It comes back off of the unfortunate Ian Whitmore and right into the path of Lawrence, who was able to score. Substitutes and crowd today, for the most part, have a little bit of shelter over on that far side. There's no escaping the wet weather for a player. Kavanagh. Blake to Harris and back to Blake again. It's really tricky for the players underfoot. Kavanagh again, good sliding tackle coming in by George Martin. This is a Lokomotiv Thunder side who have yet to win this season, losing their opening 2 games. Long ball forward, could be further problems here. Quench Wolves deflected behind for a corner. It's a decent save in the end by Ian Whitmore. Lawrence closed down by Shed Watson. It's Quelch Wolves his chance again. Save by the goalkeeper. To really create anything here, Rovers. The key players still missing, and Kavanagh with a through ball, shot towards goal. The angle wasn't favourable for A.O. Matthews, and his shot ends up going wide. It's the best chance that Rovers have mustered so far. Jack Scott, the skipper. Forward, touched off by Madeira. It's the goal scorer. Welsh Walls. He's got goal side of Owen. Welsh Walls gets the shot in for the narrowest of angles, and down goes Ian Whitmore to lay claim to the ball. As comfortable winners on match day 1. Comprehensively beaten last weekend. Behind here, but in with a shout of an equaliser. A.O. Matthews has made space. Interception just in the nick of time by Jack Scott. He's gone behind for the first quarter of the game to Rovers. Harris has made the journey up from the back. It wasn't a particularly great cross. Wrestling away is Kavanagh. Gets it onto that left foot. Shot is deflected up in the air. Comes to Jack Bangs and then thrust towards goal by A.O. Matthews. And goalkeeper Dan Lear gets down and makes the save and then quickly bowls it over arm up towards the halfway line. Doesn't get very far with it though. Here's Sam Willie. Towards Banks, trying to make a little bit of room for himself. Shot from Watson. No target, but certainly it's been a better spell for Rovers. Did take a deflection on its way.
Just going to keep under pressure.
Back to the corner, towards that near post. Could go absolutely anywhere, just couldn't get it from underneath his feet there, Troy Blake. It's cleared away by Charlie Ashton. Marye with clearance. There's an opportunity for Matthews up against Mohan. He's got the better of Mohan, squares it in towards Kavanagh, just too far ahead of Kavanagh and Scott, and Allardyce is able to clear. We scored the last minute equaliser back in February, with these two sides drew 2-2. There's a couple of changes. Lawrence and Ashton, the two wide men, are going to be replaced by Reiser and Crump. It's Barnum. Going here, Curtis Barnum. The other side and adding a bit of steel to the midfield today. It's a good ball by Watson. Over towards the far side, but Willie couldn't take it in his stride. Can now. Looks up, gets a decent looking cross in towards the box, bangs on his chest. To get the challenge in was Crump. There's Watson. Struggling to get the ball clear here. Or Lokomotiv. Cross for Bangs, deep. And it was helped on by Obeng. Obeng gets a second bite of the cherry. What can he conjure up? He's got 3 orange shirts around him. Shot comes in from Aidan Kavanagh straight at Dan Laya.
Get back in, Loco. Face the ball, look like you want it. Let's go.
Referee has stopped things here for an injury to Jack Bangs. And as if Rovers haven't had enough injury problems already this season. They've completed 2.5 games, and it might well have been this challenge that caused the problem. He's gone sliding in there. I just wonder if he got caught innocently by Rob Crump. He's really struggling at the moment. Jack Banks back in the side, one of the players that missed out last week. He's going to make way. Tom Croak is going to come on to replace him. First outing of the season for the Glubs. Be a like-for-like swap. Kavanagh Sporting League giving the ball back to Lokomotiv Thunder. Laya will kick long downfield. And there's long too. There's 3 green shirts back there to mop it up, but it's picked up by Crump. Welsh Wolves gets the shot in, it's blocked, and then the follow-up is put home by Brandon Eastwood. He followed in from the midfield, Brandon Eastwood, and was able to apply the finish and double Thunder's lead. The long ball forward should have really been dealt with by Rovers. They had 3 defenders all there, all watching as it splashed around in the mud. Welsh Wolves made himself half a yard here, wriggled his way through, got the shot in, came back off of Whitmore. Following up, with 7 minutes to go until half time, Brandon Eastwood makes it 2-0. To it by Watson. Got it all to do here. Rovers. By Barlam. Casco. It's on by Kavanagh. It's a decent ball. This is Obeng. Goalkeeper comes out. He gets it beyond the goalkeeper. Screams of a penalty. The referee, who had a good view, says no, play on. Certainly there was contact there as Kavanagh puts the ball through. Obeng takes it on. First touch was good. Does he get it beyond the goalkeeper? He does. Does he get caught by the goalkeeper? He does. That really should have been a penalty. And Rovers' luck is certainly out at the moment. No question that the referee should have been pointing to the spot on that occasion. Kavanagh. Reach it there, Barlam. Still in with a shout here. It's Croak. Kavanagh has been busy in the first half, hangs it up in towards the penalty area. Just wouldn't fall for A.O. Matthews. And the visitors are able to clear eventually through Westwood. He's given it away. Barlam. Obeng. To Matthews. By Scott, only as far as Barlam. It's all a bit scrappy at the moment, but Edmonton are on the ascendancy. Nana Obeng. Just as they had their tails up, thwarted by a challenge that was deemed illegal by Neil Allardyce, and the referee has awarded Rovers a free kick. He should have awarded a penalty a little earlier on. And with the shot towards goal, quite a smart save from Dan Laya, who turns it behind for a corner. Rovers have certainly got better as the first half has gone on, but they need a goal really here to try and get themselves back into this game. Kavanagh. It's been dispossessed by Eastwood. Forward. It's mopped up by Harris. Just as he jigs up towards the halfway line, the referee puts his whistle to his mouth and blows for half-time. Goals from Michael Lawrence on 10 minutes and Brandon Eastwood after 37 minutes means that the visitors FC Lokomotiv Thunder lead at half-time here by 2-0 at the Edmonton Sports and Social Club. Rovers coming out for the second half, the rain showing no real signs of relenting. James Amner is on for Scott Mohan at half time. There is Amner in your picture there. St. Willie to take this throw in. A few players that's been ever present so far this season for Rovers in the green. Matthews is wrestling away with it, helped by Barlam. Troy Blake. Get too much distance. Casco. Willie. It's Barlam. The channel towards Obeng. Pushed forward by Ashton, helped on by Quelch Wolves. Challenge coming in, they're appealing for a penalty. Our Lokomotiv there, that would have been harsh against Rovers given the penalty appeal they had in the first half. It looked more borderline, this one. Might get a look in a second, but in the meantime here's Casco trying to thread the ball forward. A back heel from George Martin gets the ball clear. It's all a bit scrappy at the moment. Good challenge coming in from Richard Harris to win the ball back. Now Crump. This is Owen. Has a look up, sends it long, bounces through. The shot towards goal, just off target by Max Quelch Wolves. Well, he certainly got there ahead of the goalkeeper, Ian Whitmore, who had to commit. Couldn't get his shot on target. Let's have another look at that penalty shout. Challenged by Troy Blake. He got a bit of the man. More the man running into him. Might have been a penalty. Certainly not as clear cut as the foul in the first half on Nana Albert.
Come on, Rovers, this was our game, mate!
Ian Whitmore with a goal kick. By Harris. Looping ball over the top. A shot from distance from Pedro Madeira. Eventually in the reliable hands of Ian Whitmore. Willie. Goes Obek trying to get the better of Allardyce. Allardyce stood strong. Off there by A.O. Matthews, couldn't quite link up with Obek. A shooting opportunity here for Madeira. Came close a couple of minutes ago and he tried his luck again there, but this time just wide. Clipped the side netting on the way through for a goal kick. What goes short to Harris. Sam Willie. Taken down by Matthews. And a real opportunity here towards goal. It's a good save. Tom Croke hit it. It looked as if it was going in. The long arms of Dan Lye somehow clawed it away. A real opportunity. Best opportunity of the morning so far for Rovers. Took it down on the head. He's done really well here to wriggle past a couple of defenders. One extra touch onto that right foot. Scoops it over the goalkeeper. It's a really good stretch for the keeper to retrieve the situation and keep his clean sheet intact. Corner. Kavanagh takes towards that near post. It was a close thing. Crook was again challenging. George Wolves can't keep it in. Throw taken quickly by Barlow. Get it back here, Barlow. Puts it down the line, but it's not quite where Kavanagh wanted it. Sam Willie. Matthews being held, and the referee has already awarded the free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. Looks like Aidan Kavanagh is going to take this free kick. It's a real potential position this for Rovers to try and claw themselves back into the game. Aidan Kavanagh to take. It's a low ball in and it's turned just over the top of the crossbar. It was a mighty close effort from Tom Croke, who really knows he should have scored. It was an instinctive deflection over the top of the crossbar, really. Didn't have too much time to think about it. It was coming through a crowd, it hit him on the thigh, loops up and over and onto the roof of the net. Could so easily have had 2 goals in the last few minutes, Tom Croke. Zobang. Away though by Scott. Ball towards Madeira. Clips it wide to the far side. Roger Walls linking up midfield and attack. Cross into the box. It's built and then fired over the top of the crossbar by James Reiser. Tried to claim the ball there, Ian Whitmore, but it just slithered away from him in the wet weather. It's never ideal conditions being a goalkeeper when the rain is driving from the skies, and indeed that was the case there for Ian Whitmore. Lucky for him, James Reiser was arriving and was only able to scoop this shot over the top of the crossbar. In fact, when you look at the replay, Ian Whitmore made a really good save to divert it over the crossbar, hence the corner. Corner to be taken by Max Quelch-Wools. Flips it in towards the 6-yard box and off the line. I think it was Sam Willie that stooped it away off the line with the header. Seemed to all be in slow motion. I think it was actually Tom Croak on the line. Ball into the box. Not too many challenges. Came off a Rovers player. And then the effort by James Reiser cleared off the line. Good pressure this from Thunder. His third goal would surely seal their first points of the season. Delivery was right on the money, but Brandon Eastwood couldn't direct his header towards goal. It's behind for a goal kick. Goal scorer in the first half. A nice smile on his face. He knows he perhaps should have done better there. He's completely free. He's got goal side of his marker, Aidan Kavanagh. A little wide of the target. Shed Watson is coming off, and Tyrone Petrie is the man coming on. More defending here for Rovers. Out, swing up, and the header over the top of the crossbar from Pedro Mediero.
Max, Pedro.
Change for the visitors.
Pedro. And Max.
Charlie Ashton, linesman, assistant referee for his club, player manager as well, is going to come back on.
Mate, everyone else needs to get a game, you know. Ped.
Pedro Mediero has been unable to find his way onto the score sheet this second half, but not for the want of trying. He's now going to try his luck as an assistant referee. His first job is to keep up with play as Orban tries to manoeuvre down the right hand side. Allardyce stays with him. It's cleared long downfield towards Willie. Willie back to his goalkeeper, Ian Whitmore, who does get some distance despite it never really leaving the ground. Rest of the long ball over the top, and a decent one at that, and Matthews is in, and also in on goal was Tom Croak, and Tom Croak pokes it wide, and he could have had a hat-trick in this second half. On another day he might have single-handedly turned this game right around, but Rovers have just lacked that cutting edge in the final third this morning, and it's proved costly. And Tom Croak buries his head, he knows it. Can't really blame him for glaring misses, but he's had 3 opportunities in this game. In this second half, the substitute has been unable to put any of them away. On another day, he'd have had a hat-trick. Splashing around in the mud was Amner. Long ball forward, here is Croak. Matthews makes half a yard. It's a decent shot in, managed to squeeze the shot past Jack Scott, but not past Dan Layet in the Thunder goal. Shot coming in this time, it's very easy. Tyrone Petrie's long distance effort. It's all about game management really at the moment for Lokomotiv Thunder, leading here thanks to those two first half goals. It's been a fairly even contest. It always is when these two come together. So Thunder have just been a little bit more clinical in front of goal this morning. Ian Whitmore with a long clearance downfield. All's not lost yet for the team in green. Here come Rovers. Croak. He's got another opportunity. This time it's saved by the feet of Laya. Defending is Ariza. Can't get it away though. Governor loses out. Casco. Forward by Blake. Just goes out of play on the far side. Long ball over the top. It's Petrie's ball actually, long ball. Finding Matthews, and he left it. I think it might have even tickled the outskirts of the woodwork on its way through. It was that close. There's an injury here for Sam Woolley, just when Rovers didn't need any more injuries. Jack Bangs hobbled off in the first half. Sam Woolley hobbles off in the second half. Lexton Harrison has replaced him. Moen and Lawrence are back on for the visitors. It's clearance. The goal kick. It's watched there by Eddie Owen, but he was very slow on the uptake, and then the cross coming in, and it's a wonderful save from Matthews by the goalkeeper, and the follow-up from Croak has gone into the side netting, and it's another opportunity that's gone begging for Rovers. Ayo Matthews looked destined to score. Great wing play this from Nana Obank. Gets the better of two players. With the outside of his left boot, he finds Matthews. First time, hits it sweet. Good save by the right hand of Laya. And the follow-up into the side netting by Tom Croak. They've had enough chances in this game, Rovers, to have at least taken a point for this game. And staring down the barrel of a second successive defeat. There's an opportunity for Obank through with just the goalkeeper to beat, and the goalkeeper comes out and makes another good save off of Tom Croak. If this game is to go on into the afternoon, poor old Tom Croak is destined not to score. Looks up at the skies above from whence plenty of rain has fallen, and he knows he's missed another chance there. That wasn't the best of his chances, but it was one nonetheless. Squeezed all the way through. Obank into the box. Straight back pass was from Eastwood, and then the goalkeeper quickly out, in fairness, to deny it. Tom Croak. And there's the final whistle, and Lokomotiv Thunder have taken the points. Lawrence and Eastwood with the first half goals. Rovers will look back on a cluster of real opportunities in the second half to have at least taken a point from this game. But it's all about the finishing. These two sides are usually very evenly matched. That was the case in the rain here at the Edmonton Sports and Social Club this morning. But it's all about finishing. Lawrence and Eastwood did exactly that in the first half. And it's Lokomotiv Thunder who pick up their first points of the season. Final score here, Edmonton Rovers 0, FC Lokomotiv Thunder 2.